Okay then, here we are back in New Edorahn. I made some progress, obviously. Yeah, I mean, obviously this whole building now is up. Could do with windows. Can't make all. The only part that's not finished is really this section here, where it kind of looked like the road could come through, or the path could come through, but I'm like, to where? So this may not be finished until I'm satisfied that this is really the way forward for this particular section. While watching my previous stream, preparing to put a small clip of it on YouTube, I realized that something I could have done here is actually build it across and make it look like it just went up flush with the edge of the building. It's not too late to stick that in. There are some aspects that won't work because of the steps for one. But yeah, I'm not super thrilled with this part of the building. I feel like it went awry a little bit. I feel like the whole building went awry, to be honest with you. I think I envisioned... This feels more like bits and pieces of people's homes, rather than the single cathedral-esque structure that I think I originally had in mind. I think that would have required it to be more solid stone than it is. Definitely the inclusion of the colouring at the top definitely detracted from what it was originally supposed to be. I'm not that fussed about it. I mean, it wouldn't be too much trouble to insert just a whole bunch of just swap it all out. Finish it up slightly differently, give it some texture in the sense of, some in and out. It is a little undecorated. There are no support columns or anything like that. I just mean stuff like this that will give the building some extra oomph, I suppose. Give it a little bit more, well, texture is the only word I can think of it. So yeah, slightly disappointed. Hey there. Yeah, so slightly disappointed with the final outcome of this. I don't win them all. I don't have a full plan for what a building's supposed to look like, so very rarely the buildings turn out the way that I was thinking, which is very useful in stopping yourself being disappointed. But I feel that sometimes this missed. After that I moved on to this, which was originally intended to be a station. Somewhere around here. I think the minecart was supposed to come into here from all the way over here, slicing in some way around here, I don't know. I've recently started modifying it so it will go down at least one level, possibly two, to bring it down and then bring it around the hill for no clear reason, and whoosh, and then across. But yeah, I don't know what took over, but I just finished up the building and it's like, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to use this now for what I originally intended. So I may bring the cart down under the ground. There is room for that, but yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do there. This whole area still needs to be developed, and I think it's not going to fall into place until I get to that stage. What I'm actually doing at the moment, I wanted to turn this little gap into some sort of stables, just a small one. Maybe one or two stalls, which is actually still doable. No reason I can't. Just not too sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, that's a really weird ass stable. I'm like, what the hell is it supposed to be? Oh, fuck it. Let's work on something else. Started this a long time ago when, well, I'd say long, a couple of weeks now. So, oh yeah, I know why this went awry, why I gave up on this. It's the same problem. I'm not too sure how to fill the space in. The, yeah, this is coming up into a courtyard, so this whole section is supposed to be outside, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. That's coming out okay. So from there I need space inside. So this is kitchen, I think, hall, maybe an entrance hall first. So you come in and then you would come in here, that's it, in the middle. So, okay, these are separate. This is not going to be directly connected to this building, although, having said that, there is kind of room. I recently started up with the concept of, in places like this, this is set in the Minecraft universe, which means one of the key things they have to worry about is zombies. So I just kind of started to go with this idea that even though homes are separate, like different people live in them, there are maybe interconnections, so it's possible to move around without ever actually going outside. It seems like a really practical thing to do if you're afraid of meeting a zombie on the streets at night. Oh yeah, I still need to work on this building. For some reason I thought building a tower up out of the gatehouse that merged into the griffin statue was a good idea until I started doing it, and then I was like, this isn't working, and I left it. Came around and started building this, I think, at that point. Anyway, yeah, so we do this. Yeah. Something like that. It's not super essential. So yeah, obviously got standard building practices, so this is it's pretty much from this point it's very straightforward what I do. So the floors go up in the same patterns. In the case of this, I'll probably go up a couple of floors in stone and switch to some sort of wood combo. Sort of like that, but maybe one or two more. This is definitely supposed to be more of a fortified structure, so switching over to wood too early would be nonsensical. I'm going to build this up so I've got a more solid idea about where exactly my floor plan sits. Let's see what I've got to work with. It's a pretty decent sized space, so that's good. Connects together pretty well too. I'm quite reluctant to knock out bits and pieces of terrain. Where possible, I will work with it. If the terrain goes up, I will raise the building up a few blocks. Sort of like this basically, where I just raise it up rather than flatten the hill. There's no special reason for that, it's just something I'd like to do. It can often heavily influence the way the buildings come out. It's like this. It's a little hard to tell now, but there are literally two small hills here with a valley or a ravine coming in between them. So you can see where it used to go up on either side. So this one was lower, and still spaces to go through. And then this one was higher, but it was also lower here and then higher back here. So rather than flatten it out or raise up the foundation so it was all even, you end up with a building that is on different floors, which is a tiny bit more interesting to move through, which is good, you know, and more interesting to explore. Oops. Paying attention to where I'm going. Just realised I'm getting low on time for, I like to cover what I've been working on and where I'm going, and then clip off for the benefit of easily creating a YouTube video for later, showing the progress of the build itself, the overall build. So right now, this is time for me to say adieu to those of you who may watch this on YouTube.